Welcome to another episode of Frame by Frame, a series dedicated to the craft of filmmaking. Now, when you think the Alien franchise, what imagery pops into your head? Is it those heartwarming dinner scenes? Or maybe it's one of those girl-to-girl moments.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Either way, we all get caught up with the xenomorphs when we talk Alien. It's hard not to. H.R. Giger's Beast is the gold standard of monster designs, but if you can look past that obsidian fiend, you'll notice another remarkable design job: the sets. The Nostromo, Planetoid LV-426, and the derelict ship were all built on sound stages. These sets not only endowed Alien with a palpable sense of realism, they also added an extra layer of psychological horror. So, shut the airlocks and grab those flamethrowers. It's time to learn the power of Alien set design. Ridley Scott's Alien, released in 1979, is a 50-50 blend of horror and sci-fi. Now, for either of those genres to work, they need to be grounded in realism. If they aren't, the audience won't be able to suspend their disbelief. So Scott's art director Roger Christian strove to make the sets as realistic as possible. Just look at the M-class Starfreighter Nostromo. Its interiors were made with World War II bomber parts. These view screens? Outdated cathode ray tube TVs. Steam chokes the walkways, grime sticks to the piping. This shop-worn appearance gives the Nostromo a sense of history, incorporating familiar tech, stuff we've all seen before like these old TVs or bomber parts, allows us to relate to the setting as well. But the production team didn't just want the Nostromo to look the part. There had to be a logic behind the ship's inner workings. This is the semiotic standard for all commercial transstellar utility lifter and heavy element transport spacecraft, or SFAXA Shelfheseta for short. The chart contains symbols for all sorts of things you'd find on a spaceship: airlocks, lasers, existential dread. And these signs were logically placed throughout the set. The standard is even color-coded. Green refers to non-human organic substances, like coffee. Blue refers to lowered thermal conditions. Black means hazard or death. Coincidence? Ron Cobb, the concept artist who came up with the semiotic standard, also drew up working blueprints for the Nostromo, even going so far as to detail how the ship's bulkhead should operate. The Nostromo was then constructed as a massive interconnected set, so during shooting, the actors had to navigate through it as if it was an actual ship. The Nostromo's interiors were also partially lit with practical lights too, meaning light sources that are visibly incorporated into the set dressing, like lamps or overhead fluorescents, which meant these rooms never resemble overlit movie sets. Instead, they look more like real-world locations shot with natural light, the type of thing you'd expect to see in a documentary, not Hollywood sci-fi. Couple that look with Alien's functional set design and you've got one hell of a realistic world. One fully able to suspend the audience's disbelief. But Alien is, at its chest-bursting core, a horror movie. So, how did the set design aid that facet of the film? Well, just look at this scene. Ridley Scott has said Alien was all about claustrophobia. He wanted the audience to feel trapped. So, Scott told his team to build the set ceilings low. That way, they would always remain in frame. The result are rooms that appear to confine the character's space, and we can't help but feel trapped alongside them. Notice too how harsh light shines through these grates. This low-key lighting is common in horror films. It's motivated, however, as Ripley's in the ship's bowels here, where light would likely be scarce. And that, right there, is why the Nostromo is such a great set. It plays as both a believable spaceship and an industrial haunted house. Then there's that derelict alien ship on LV-426. Designed by H.R. Giger, the set was made from plasticine and yes, actual dried bones. Thank God Giger got into art instead of serial killing. But this set, like the Xenomorph, was a product of Giger's surreal Gothic style. The tall ceilings, the ornate detailing. These are all qualities inherent to Gothic architecture. And what genre tends to feature Gothic architecture? Horror. Pop in any Universal monster movie or Hammer horror film if you want proof of that. So yes, Giger's design screams creature feature, but if there's another unnerving element at play here, it's the sheer size of the space, an illusion Scott achieved with an unlikely toolset: children. Inside those spacesuits are kids, bumbling around. Their tiny stature makes the set seem enormous by comparison. This also creates a jarring contrast between the derelict ship and the Nostromo. Think about it. The Nostromo is a mostly white, confined space. The derelict ship, on the other hand, is an enormous black tomb. The derelict ship's biomechanical design clashes with the Nostromo's industrial aesthetic, and it should. After all, this visual shift marks the film's transition from hard sci-fi to horror. That's why it's here, in the derelict ship, that we get the film's first real jump scare. Today, Alien wears its age well. I think much of that has to do with its production design. Each ship has a unique concept, each design adheres to a rigid logic, and both add a necessary degree of realism and frightening atmosphere to the film. You see, Ridley Scott and his team didn't just make a movie, they made an utterly believable world, then placed an exceptional film within it. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and make sure to subscribe to this channel, Film Theory, for more fantastic film-related content. If you'd like to check out more Frame by Frame, click the frame to the left. Or if you'd like to check out a Film Theory episode, click the frame to the right. And until next time, my name is Kyle, and this has been Frame by Frame.